So today we're going to be using our scraps. We're going to be using bits of book page, scrap paper, and we're going to be making these teeny tiny little books. So these are real little books, and as you can see, they've got little pages in. And I've done some blank. You can actually write in them. Got words in, just book page. And I'm going to show you how I made them. So what you're going to need, some scraps of pretty scrapbook paper, some lengths of either plain coffee dyed paper, book pages, and I have cut these into 2 centimetres strips. Doesn't really matter about the length. And then what I've done is sort of put them together like this. I've put a few at a time because otherwise it's very tedious. And I've measured 1.5 inches all the way along. I'll do a quick example. I'm sure you can measure. So all I've done is sort of gone like this with a whole pile. And I've gone 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9. And I've done that all the way up. Got a pile of them together. And then just cut them up into these little squares. Almost squares, so like little rectangles. These ones I made slightly wider. But they're the same height. I think 2 centimetres is just about fine. And then I put them all together like this, which can be a bit of a fiddle because they're very little. And you know me and little things. So I put a bunch together. I didn't count. I just grabbed until I thought it was about book size or mini book size. So grab yourself a pile like this. Right, so you get, I'm using 3-in-1, but PVA would probably do the trick if you've got PVA. And I'm just spreading it on one edge of the little book page. And then I'm sort of opening it up slightly and sort of pushing the glue down in between the pages as much as I can. But you should be fine. You may lose the front and the back one. That's what I've tended to find happens. And then I get one of my little clips and I just put it on like that, right on that edge. And then I left them overnight. You could probably sort of leave them a few hours, but you know what? After all night, they are well stuck. And that's what you get. A little book like that. So cute. And they are quite addicting. I must warn you. They can be quite addictive to make. Right, so then we want a nice pretty cover. So this is where these strips come in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the measurements that I used in my description box and like a step-by-step. And you don't have to use my measurements. You can do it any measurements you like. I found that these, to make the covers for this size, let's choose a music paper one. I did 4 centimetres. And of course, this one is 2 centimetres because I've already cut strips of this. Okay, so that's all you need. Tiny little scraps. And all I did was measure my book. Your book is going to be slightly different because, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. It's shabby chic. So that way I have a little tiny spine. Super cute. And I then got my ruler and I just made little fold marks. I found this easier than trying to like do it without looking. And there you have a teeny tiny little book cover. I know. Right, so because this is music, I want to get it sort of the right way up. Then put your glue on. Go back over the spine that you've already done as well. Woo! Don't drop it and get glue everywhere like I do. So you cover the front, the back and the spine in glue. and then just put it inside there. Okay, so I just press that spine to make sure that's stuck into that edge there. Don't worry about the overlap. You can either leave it or cut it off, up to you, and then clip it again. There's a lot of waiting for this to dry. Let's choose this one. That looks quite shabby chic, and we'll do 4 centimeters. I just find for this size, so the whole book measures sort of 2 centimeters by 1.5, but I need 4 centimeters so I can get the spine. So get your little book and put it on the edge, make a little pencil mark, put it on the other side, make a little pencil mark. Grab your straight edge of some kind. No special tools needed, just paper and glue and a bit of time, because now we're going to have to wait again, because we have to wait for it all to dry. Over the glue bit, over the spine, the bit you've already glued. And then pop it in. And these are just going to go on my bookcase, which is what we're going to tackle next. Now I've got an idea how I'm going to do it. See, you can trim this off afterwards with your craft knife. I'd wait till it dries though. So as you can see, we've got loads of books made, and I've decorated them up with bits of lace and some tiny words from Tracy Fox, her Tiny Words collection. Should be in her Etsy shop. And there we go. How super cute are those? So now we've got to make a bookcase for them. That's coming up right now. And I have got some double-sided cardstock. You can, if you haven't got it thick enough, you can use thinner stuff and glue them together. So that would work just as well. I just didn't want a white side. So these are 2.5 centimetre strips. It doesn't really matter how long because we're going to cut them up. And this is 4.5 centimetres. Now I am thinking that that is going to be how I'm going to, that might be the back actually. And that's going to be the inside of my bookcase. It's going to be sort of like that eventually with shelves. So the first thing we've got to do is decide how tall we want our bookcase to be. And what makes it a lot easier is if you do your base first. And of course, these are 2 centimetres. So what we need to do is measure up 2.5 centimetres so that we've got a big enough base for the books to sit on. I'm just going to double check that. So we're going to put the fold in. And we've got plenty to play with. So if you make a mistake, you can just cut that bit off and start again. So that would be the base. And my books would sit very nicely on there with a little bit on the edge. Okay. So then we need to cut 3 shelves at 4.5 centimetres. I can measure it like, I would measure it like that, but you can measure it, you know, this way. Whichever way you want. So I'm going to have 2 shelves. The quickest way to measure is just to get the next one, and because I'm right-handed, I have to turn that round. So I've got 2 shelves, and these are going to be the sides, but I don't know how tall it is yet because we need to work out. And also I know how big my space is that's going in my box. So that is the tallest that my bookcase can be because obviously I've got a space for it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that, but I just want to make it level because I'm not very good at cutting straight lines, as you may know. Okay, so that will be the total height of my bookcase. Yours may be slightly different. Obviously I'm going to leave all the measurements that I used in the description box so that you know you can do it if If you want to do it to my measurements, then you can. If you want to make your own up, absolutely fine. So that'll be one height of one bookshelf, and I'm just making sure that my books are going to fit on with a little bit of room. And that's where I'm going to put my bookshelves. I may be cutting some more of this off. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue now. And because you're not going to be playing with this, it's not a toy. It's not going to be, you know, to be played with or used, you know, with children and things like that. You can just assemble it like this, and it's not going to do any, it's going to stay together. And I just put them on like that. Just hold it for a moment while it sticks. And I'm going to clean up that excess glue in just a moment. Where's my little stick thing gone? Just make sure you get it along the line that you drew. And I'm just going to clear off some of that gunge that I don't want on there. That's because my glue is gloopy. It's very annoying. I need to go either order some more from Amazon or go to the range, which I don't really fancy. Okay, and exactly the same, another run of glue. And what I will do is put the lid on so it stops that oozing up. Okay. Get your shelves the same way up if you're using double-sided paper. If you've got the pattern on both sides, no worries. Right, I'm slightly out, so just hold it while it sticks. Okay. Should be absolutely fine. Just clear up some of that excess just there. Okay, right, so the top of that book will come to there. Give it a little room. So that is how tall we want our sides. I'll do it this way, then you can see. So all I do is measure like that. Okay, and cut 2. I probably didn't need that extra piece, but you know. Depends how big you're making your bookcase and how big your books are. Always better to have too much. And then you just glue that onto there. But first of all, what I'm going to do is do a decorative top to this. And I'm going to grab a punch. I don't have very many, and I think that is slightly too tall, so I'm going to cut it down by half. I only want a little bit poking up above the top. And I'm going to get this little punch. You can use whatever punch you've got. This is the one I've got, so that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to try and not cut too much. But where's it going to cut? Let's have a little test. Let's have a little test run. So if I put this piece all the way in, where's it going to cut to? Too far, probably. Oh, it's not going to cut at all. Okay, right. That's going to take some. That's going to take some pressing down. But we're going to do it. I'm going to come slightly out. Right. I'm going to stand up, and hopefully this will work. Whoa, there we go. So I've got a nice decorative top on there. I'm going to cut them edges just off because I think that'll look nicer. Going around that circle, aren't we? Make both sides look the same-ish. Okay, good enough for me. I need a top shelf. That's what I forgot to do. A top shelf. So you need 3 4.5 centimetre pieces, not 2. I was just thinking shelves, but you need the top as well, don't you? So I'm going to put that, I measure it because I don't want to do it too low down. Right at the top there. So as you can see, that decorative punch has given the top quite a nice little finish, rather than being just boring, and the others are staying on really nicely. Clear up the glue and just sort of hold it until it's well stuck. 3-in-1 usually is quite good. Now we can put the sides on. So run glue all over the edges again. So put your side on, level it all up, get your base on. You can always trim the top if it's too much. Make sure your shelves are level. Again, just hold it. Very simple measuring, very simple put together. As long as you remember to do your extra shelf at the top, like I didn't. Just push them together. There you go. And it will stay stuck, promise. So you run your glue again, and the other side, we're nearly done. If you've got the art glitter glue, that would probably be, you know, really good, because it's really got a fine point, and you can get, we don't get all the globs like I've got here. But I haven't got that, so this is what I'm using. Put it all together. Make sure your shelves are straight-ish. There we go. Don't stick it to the mat. And there you go. It's done. So super cute. Just need some finishing touches. And I think I need to get rid of them white edges. So very, very carefully. Not that I don't trust my gluing. I'm not going to do the shells, because I'm going to decorate them a bit better. A bit on there. Just shabby it up a bit. There we go. Just taking that white off the edge. We're just going to run some glue on the horizontal bits, the shelf edges, not the bottom, because it's going to sit. And I'm going to put them in, and I'm just going to put them on like this. I'm really enjoying making these things for this little house, this little box. Makes me want to do like a doll's house or something. It's a bit like fairy gardens. They're like super cute as well. Right, so I'm going to let that dry for just a moment. Find my decent scissors. Maybe. Yeah. Trim the edges. I haven't let it dry very much, have I? I've got no patience. I know this. One of my flaws. Patience. Nope. Not happening. I want it now. I want to do it now. Oh my goodness, guys, how super cute is that? How amazing is it going to look when we put the little box in? I'm very excited. Oh, don't come off. Oh, I might push that lace off, mightn't I? So they will fit very nicely in there. Oh, look at that, just falling over. Cool. I haven't done those two yet, have I? stand up. It's very fiddly, but oh my goodness, it's so cute. Oh my goodness, I am in love with this. I can't wait to do some more on this box. It's going to look really cute when I'm finished, I think. Just flip the lace over the top. Looks like a little cubby hole. I've got loads of these. As you can see, got a bit carried away making them. I've just made some more as well, so. Look at this little one I made. It's tiny, and I put a little bit of card on the edge. But you can actually just write little notes in here. Not very big notes, they have to be really tiny. Where's all the rest? I made loads. I haven't finished this one yet either, so I might as well leave that out. Right, I'm gonna pop these in because they're so cute. And that looks like it's got lace all over it anyway. That's another one. Honestly, you might think, oh my goodness, I've got to make all them books. But when you get going, they're super cute to make. Really cute. Super easy. There we go. How adorable is that? One little shabby chic bookcase to go in my display box. My shabby chic display box. And stands up perfectly well. Is not falling apart. Oh, just love it. I just love it. So if you enjoyed this, guys, and you want to see me make some more bits for my shabby chic box, then do hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.